What's up out there to all of my fellow gold diggers? This is your girl Rita, also known as the self proclaimed gold digger. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. But if you are a fellow gold digger, welcome back. Y'all know I love and I appreciate each and every one of you. And tonight we are doing Tipsy Tuesday. As usual, tonight's topic, we are going to be talking about some side hustles so y'all can get some money. Now, before I jump into it though, y'all know I got to check and make sure everything is working on the social media accounts. I'm good there. And let me just check one other spot. And then we're going to get started. All right, guys. It looks like we are good. All right. So tonight, thank y'all so much for joining. Tonight, we are going to be talking about side hustles because it's time to get some extra coin. Things have been going up, inflation. We want to go outside this summer, all different kinds of things, and we need to get some extra money, or at least I know I need to get some extra money for some of the things that I plan on doing, some of the expenses that I plan on having. So tonight, I'm going to be sharing some of the side hustles that I'm currently doing or have done in the past to see if that might be something that might be of interest to you, as well as a few other side hustle ideas that you might be interested in exploring. Okay. Now, if you are new to Tipsy Tuesday, basically what we do is I just share some tips with you about various topics that I hope will enhance your life in some form or fashion. And we take some sips in the process. Now, it does not have to be alcoholic. I'm sipping on some water. Your girl is trying to be a little bit more healthy. So I don't have any alcoholic beverage on tonight, and we're going to see how it goes. Now, we do have a Tipsy Tuesday theme song, so I'm going to do that. Once I do that, that is your official introduction into Tipsy Tuesday. All right, here we go. Tipsy Tuesday. Tipsy Tuesday. Tipsy Tuesday. Get your tips and pass the dues. Say Tipsy Tuesday. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into it. If you have been enjoying my content, please be sure to like as well as subscribe if you are new. All right, y'all. So I would do Side Hustle Saturday. I have not done a Side Hustle Saturday in a while. I have really been trying to get y'all a Side Hustle Saturday where I go over some of my side hustles and how they have been going and things of that nature. My Saturdays have been busy, so I have not been able to find a time to go live and do a Side Hustle Saturday. But I'm hoping to surprise y'all either this month or next month and give y'all a Side Hustle Saturday. So since I could not do that, I figured I would bring Side Hustle Saturday to Tipsy Tuesday, and that is what I'm going to be sharing on today. Y'all know at one point, if you tuned into my YouTube channel, I was talking about all different kinds of side hustles that I was trying, things that I was doing, all different kinds of stuff. Okay. So I have tried out quite a few side hustles, and a lot of that stemmed from back when, everything happened with COVID during the pandemic, and I had my own business, but I had to close down my business. And at that point, I always say one source of income is too close to none. And I was like, I have to have a way to have multiple streams of income, or just some kind of backup source, or some kind of way to make some supplemental income. And pretty much ever since 2020, I have had like a little side hustle that I have done. Now, I talked with y'all on last week about my notary business. That is my main side hustle right now at this time. I'm not going to go into that. Y'all can definitely check out that video on last week to see how you can get started with your notary business. The side hustles I will be talking about on this evening, though, I'm all about trying to start stuff where it does not require a lot of upfront costs. It does not require a whole bunch of upfront skills or special skills or special certification, that kind of thing. I want it to be something that's kind of easy and that you could literally like start today, tomorrow, this week, something like that, without you having to like go to school, get some training, or, something extensive, or something that's really going to be a time commitment before you can actually be able to get started with. Okay. So that is the main focus of the side hustles that I'm going to be highlighting. And that's typically the side hustles that I have been doing. But For those of you who are interested in starting a side hustle, I do highly recommend that you start with what you already know. Like if you already have some kind of specialized skill, if you do something at your job or something like that, then see how can you parlay that into a side hustle, like something you do outside of your job or do as contract work or something like that. Something where you're already using your knowledge to make some extra income. So I definitely recommend that you start there, as well as if you have like a special hobby, something that you enjoy doing. Maybe it's not what you do at your job, but if you have some special hobby, some special skill that you know that you can monetize, then definitely go ahead and do that. Okay. All right. Let's see. What's up, Still Rocks? Thanks for joining. Haven't seen you in a while. He's like, yo, what's up? He says, good evening, good evening. I'm so glad that you could join because I know I think you had said it with it coming on so late. So, but happy to have you. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the side hustles. Number one side hustle that I'm doing is notary work. Like I said, I'm not going to go into that, but definitely look into it in for your state because it doesn't really require a lot of upfront skills. I told y'all last week I was able to pretty much get my notary certification or commission is what it's officially called in a very short period of time. Like maybe like one of them I got the same day once I filled the application. The other one it probably took like a month for me to get. So in a relatively short period of time, you could become a notary and start making money, but definitely check out the video from last week to see how you can get started with that. Now, my other way of making some money that I love and really does not require a whole lot of skills is mystery shopping, y'all. Now, I don't do a lot of mystery shopping now, although your girl wants to take some trips and I need some me time. I need some staycations and stuff like that. Well, I ain't gonna say staycations, but y'all know I was doing mystery shopping really, really hard. I'm strongly considering and I do it every now and then, but nothing too big. But I'm strongly considering getting back into the hotel mystery shopping because your girl wants to take some trips. Like I just want to go somewhere and relax and have somebody else pay for it. So I am strongly looking into getting back into mystery shopping, at least for the hotels, either for this spring and summer. And I'm going to start looking on the sites and seeing what's available and seeing what's out there because yeah, I want to take some trips and I want to be able to relax. Now, let me back up because y'all, I get so excited because I'm talking about me and what I would like to do. So with mystery shopping, I had started doing mystery shopping when I was a college student. So that just goes to show you how easy it is for you to get started into it. Like you don't really need any specialized skills or anything like that or special knowledge. Although some of the high paying shops, like if you ever did like if you want to do like a video shop or certain shops, they do have higher qualifications for the shoppers that they want, but pretty much the average Joe or Jane can start doing mystery shopping and you're already shopping anyway. So basically what you have to do is you just have to be very detail oriented, observant about what's going on, pay attention. If you can read and follow instructions, then you should be able to do the mystery shopping. So some of the mystery shopping stuff that I have done, I told you I have done hotel shops where pretty much I stay at a hotel. You're evaluating like the room service. They usually have you evaluating like the restaurants. They might have you evaluating like the front desk staff, the valet, the concierge, different aspects of the hotel. And usually it does require like a meal. So they want you to evaluate the restaurant. It usually requires you going to the bar, evaluating like the service there, that kind of thing. So I will say with the hotel shops, these are not the easy ones to get started with because it's like a whole bunch of mini mystery shops in a relatively short period of time, like within like a 24-hour period or less. And you really need to have your skills up to par if you're doing that particular shop, and it does require like a lot of writing. That's why I said I'm trying to really wrap my head around like, do I really feel like writing all these daggone reports like I'm back in school again? With the hotel shops, I don't know, but at the same time, I want to take some trips. So and also the thing I will say, if you do the hotel shop, you're pretty much staying in the hotel. It's a hotel evaluation. So don't do a hotel shop thinking you're about to explore the city because you're not. You are literally evaluating that hotel and you are going to be in that hotel and seeing all the stuff that the hotel has to offer. So if it's like, I don't know, if it's a hotel in Florida, don't think you're gonna be able to go like onto the Florida beaches or something like that. It's like you're literally evaluating the hotel. But there are a lot of other easy shops to do. Grocery shops, restaurant shops, where you're pretty much, you might have a sit down restaurant, you get the meal for free, you might get paid for the meal, but a lot of times you're just getting the meal for free. What other shops I have done? I've done shops where all I had to do was like try on clothes and I got paid. So I am highly considering getting back into doing the mystery shops, more specifically the hotel shops. And they have a mystery shop for everything, like literally everything. Y'all used to know, well, I used to tell y'all those banking shops, the banking shops used to be my jam, where you just pretty much either open up a bank account, make a complaint about a bank account, make a deposit at a bank, something like that. Those used to be my jam. I have not seen those lately, like probably in over a year. I have not seen those types of shops, but there is literally a shop for everything. There's shops for airports. There's shops, like I mentioned, for hotels. There's shops for gas stations. There's even shops for the strip club. Okay. There's shops for churches. So you can go from church to the strip club and you could do a mystery shop. Like literally, there is a shop for everything. And the good thing about it is you are making money in a relatively short period of time. Now, I will say this in regards to the side hustle for mystery shopping. A lot of them, they do pay out every 30 days. So that is the only, I would say, drawback that some people might be considering with that. Is like, if you do the shop, it's going to be 30 days before you get paid. Some of them, it's a little bit longer. It might be like 45 days. I know with the hotel shop, some of those can be up to 60 days. So some of those you are paying up front and then you're waiting to get your money. Now, there are shops where you're not having to spend money up front and you're just evaluating different things. Those would be more so, trying to think of one where you're not really having to pay anything up front, right? Where you're not really buying something. Those are more so like if you do like a shop at a car dealership and you're like evaluating that, or if you're doing, they have like mattress shops. So you're not literally buying the mattress in, but you're evaluating the service of the person. So those, you're not spending any money out of pocket at first, but you still usually have to wait 30 days. There's only one mystery shopping company that I know that pays weekly, and that is Ipsos, IPSOS, which at one point in time was my favorite mystery shopping company. They do pay in a week. And just like I said, there are mystery shops for everything. I forgot to mention there's mystery shops for you going to the movies, doing jump parks, from you. Oh, definitely. If you're a golfer during the summertime, they have a lot of golf shops. And I'm not talking about putt-putt. I'm talking about literally golf course shops that you can do. So when I say there is a mystery shop for everything, there is literally a mystery shop for just about everything. And you can make money doing the things that you love or buying the stuff that you were already planning on buying or using. And that's usually how I treated mystery shopping when it came to that kind of stuff. All right, so let's see. I see a couple comments, so I'm gonna jump to that before I move on to the next side hustle that I've done. Still Rock says working nights for a few months, so I'll be around for the next few weeks. Awesome! I look forward to seeing you, Still Rocks. Still Rocks, are you still doing mystery shopping? You can let me know in the comments. And Can, good to see you, girl. She says, hi. I keep saying I'm going to mystery shop again. It's been years. Yeah, I thought you were mystery shopping. So yeah, definitely get back into it. I haven't really checked out a whole lot recently. The only ones I've done are like more so the grocery shops lately. And even that, it's probably been like a month since I've done a grocery shop. But I'm definitely thinking about getting back into doing the hotel ones, depending on what they have available. So I'm going to start checking some things out and seeing what's on the scene in regards to that. But they have one for everything. Like, so yeah, I'm trying. It's been so long since I've done them on a consistent basis. I'm trying to remember the things that I have done mystery shops for. But I've as it's coming back to me, y'all know I did a mystery shop because I've done videos about this. I did a mystery shop for NFL game, took my hubby to the NFL game. I got my eyebrows done as a mystery shop. I also got a facial as a mystery shop. So it's just different things that you can get done. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'm leaving out that I've done as a mystery shop. I've even gotten glasses as a mystery shop. That was when I was a broke college student. I got quote unquote free pair of glasses as a mystery shop. So it's all kinds of mystery shops you can do. I've even seen mystery shops for doctor's visits. And I'm not like if you were feeling sick and you could go to the doctor and get checked up and checked out, and then they would pay you. There's apartment mystery shops. I know those are not my favorite, but all of those, that's another one where you're not paying up front for the shop or having to pay any money out of your pocket, but you're just evaluating the actual apartment or the service of the person who's showing you the apartment, and then you get paid for doing that. All right. So that was the second side hustle. So notary and mystery shopping are my two main side hustles that I was doing. And another thing that I did that was at one point generating a good bit of money for me was selling my stuff online. And at the time I was using Mercari, and I still think I have the app, and I probably still have stuff listed on Mercari. I have not looked at the app in probably over a year, but and there's different ones. I know there's a lot of different online resale shops or where you can post your stuff online and make money, like what is it, like ThreadUp? I can't think of all the names, but check out sites like that. Mercari, like these are legitimate sites usually where you can post your stuff and you can make money. You ship whatever you have or whatever the people buy. They kind of like bid on it. You set your price and they bid on it, because with Mercari, they can negotiate the price. So if you say you're selling something for $10, you can put in that, hey, I won't accept anything lower than $8. So somebody, even though you might have it listed as $10, somebody might say, hey, I only want to pay $8 for this product or whatever. And you could sell it for that. And, they pay the shipping or whatever, or you can have it set up where you do free shipping. It just all depends. But literally you can make money. That was one where I remember I had a whole bunch of stuff on that I needed to get rid of. Now I don't have time to be posting. I just take it straight to the Salvation Army. But I posted a whole bunch of stuff. I posted about 20 items that it was like late at night, like maybe 10, 11 o'clock at night. I'm posting this stuff on Mercari, and literally I went to bed, and the next morning I had already had a sale. I was like, okay, I like this. So I like this a whole lot. So with Mercari, I do know you do have to keep your stuff fresh. Like you got to post a whole bunch of stuff to keep your account in that algorithm so that they can be posting and showing your stuff to people. But you can definitely make money, and literally from the comforts of your home, and you're just using the stuff your clothes that you already have that you just aren't wearing anymore, and post it up there, and you can make a few extra dollars. And I liked it because it was easier than like doing a yard sale and sitting all that stuff out and hoping the people in the neighborhood would buy some of your stuff. It was like, just post it, let it sit up there, and kind of go from there. So, all right, I see some more comments rolling in. So far, only side hustles I've talked about are the things that I have done. Still Rock says it's been a few months for myself. Okay, so it's been a while since you've been doing mystery shopping. Yeah, and I don't know. I know for me, Still Rocks, it seemed like there was it was just like a change in the mystery shopping companies, as well as a change in the jobs that were being offered and stuff too. And then Ankin says, oh, thank you, Ankin. She says, love your hair, by the way. Yes, this is my hair. So I have named my hair. My hair has had a name. So this is Floshita. She has been on sabbatical for a while. But she says she also want to be outside this summer. So I'm trying to get her ready to see what she looking like. She told me, she's like, I still got it, sis. So trying to get her ready so she can be on display when the weather warms up. Still Rock says, I look every so often and say I am. It's kind of looks like a lot of people in my area aren't doing it because the ones that are normally grabbed up are showing available. I'm going to get out there one day. LOL. Yeah, I haven't really looked. I know there are certain ones, that my husband does on a regular basis. And he's, even though I've stopped, he's still been consistently doing like his regular shops, but the ones that he likes to do, I don't really like doing them. But he does consistently still do his, and he still gets calls from what are the people? I guess I don't know if they're, I don't know what the term is to call them. They're not like recruiters, but the people who send out the jobs for mystery shopping, especially if they have some in his area and they can't find anybody, they'll definitely directly reach out to him and do that. So yeah, we had dinner today, was courtesy of a mystery shop by him. So so he's still doing them on a regular basis. But I will say the ones that he likes to do are not always the ones that I enjoy doing, but have accompanied him on several mystery shops that he's done as well and have reaped the benefits of it. So, all right, let's see what else. I'll look real quick before I go on to the next few that I have. I hope this is helpful for y'all. I will say this too. It is so many ways to make money. Like if you just sit down, I never want anyone to feel like they're stuck or anything like that, especially if you're in like a financial situation. I know it can be overwhelming and stuff, but if you just take a moment and sit down and think, that is literally what I had to do when I had to shut my business down. I was like, what can I do to generate money and generate it quick, fast, and in a hurry? And when you feel like your back is up against the wall, that you will find ways to make money. And it's just been, and a lot of times, I know for me personally, it's like, dang, why wasn't I doing this before? Why didn't I see it before? And it's like, there is always an opportunity. Even though it might feel like there is no way out of a situation or something like that, you can find an opportunity, and there's always going to be a way to make some money. All right, Cynthia, good to see you. She says, hi, Rita and the Gold Digger family. I'm so glad you could join, Cynthia. And she says, I have church meetings on Tuesdays. I have been missing y'all. Oh, it's okay, but go to your church meetings because I don't want you to miss Jesus. And then Still Rocks is just saying, what's up to Cynthia? And Cynthia's, she's talking about, I'm glad to be back home. I'm glad to see y'all, seeing some of my regular people. Okay, go ahead, Cynthia. Cynthia says, I have been doing mystery shopping as my bread and butter. Awesome, Cynthia. Cynthia, do you mind sharing some of the jobs that you have done? Like the types of jobs. Y'all know I don't want y'all mentioning any like specific companies that y'all have actually shopped or something like that, but just the type of jobs. Like, is it a restaurant? Is it gas stations? Is it apartments? That kind of thing. What's up, Devin? Thank you so much for joining. He says this is his first live. I am so glad to have you, and I hope the information is helpful for you, Devin. Cynthia says, also, I've added some easy side hustles like surveys and studies on Prolific and Cloud Research Connect while I'm watching TV in the evenings. Awesome. We're going to talk a little bit about that as well. Yeah, and if y'all have, I forgot to mention, or maybe I did, I don't know, y'all. It's kind of been a long day. If y'all don't mind, if y'all have any side hustles that y'all want to mention, please let me know. I'm always interested in seeing the side hustles out there because I get sick and tired. I don't know if y'all like me. If y'all go on YouTube and y'all like search for side hustles to do, and they'll be like, hey, start a YouTube channel, start a blog or whatever. And it's like, I need money today. Like, I need money. I needed the money last week. I don't have time to, even though I have the YouTube channel, I'm not really making money off of the YouTube channel, but like, I don't have time to wait on a YouTube channel or a blog or some other idea that's probably, it's still a good idea, but it's like, I need money today. Can you tell me that I'm going to have some money by, next month or something from doing this? I need money now. And that's why I'm sharing these side hustles with you, because they are fairly easy and you can easily make money. And Cynthia says, welcome, Devin. I love you guys. Y'all are so welcome. My gold diggers are so welcoming. And Devin says, thank you. What's up, Uncle Ronald. This is my Uncle Ronald. He is being on his best behavior today because usually we be roasting each other. He says, listening and enjoying. I love you. Thank you for supporting and being on your best behavior because you know you will cut up. Still Rock says, yeah, I get calls about the popular. Yes, that's the one he likes to do. So about the popular burger place, but I don't want to wait 30 days for money. I know you hate the gas stations. Yeah, the burger place is the one my husband likes. Well, he doesn't mind doing. I'm not gonna say he likes doing for the right price, he'll do it. He says, I don't want to wait 30 days for money. I know you hate the gas station. I sure do. I'm not doing them gas stations. I don't care. I know y'all tell me it's easy after you've done a few, but it ain't for me. I age out of the ID check shops this year, so I need to grab a few. Yes, they used to have. I would see the ones. I've been aged out of the ID checks, but there used to be one for the movie theaters where you could buy a drink and stuff at the movie theaters. I'd be so mad when I saw the age limit. I was like, I want to get my drink on at the movies, but yeah. So we'll see. My focus, like I said, my focus is going to be on the hotel one. So I'm going to see what's out there in terms of hotels and see what they got popping. Because like I think I mentioned to y'all a long time ago, it seems like the company for that has changed some. Cynthia says, mystery shopping is always going to be my number one, but I'm finding that Prolific is a close second for easy money while I'm at home. Cynthia, I'm about to write this down because I need to check into that. That's doing the little surveys. I never, I've looked at those a few years ago, but I really didn't pay them a whole lot of attention because at the time, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, it would be like, you wouldn't really be making a whole lot of money. Like it'd be like 10 cents. And I'm like, I'm not answering all these daggone questions. Like I did answer all those questions. I answered all those questions and then they'd be like 10 cents or 10 points or 20 points and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, so tell me something different. If Prolific is different and you can make more money than that. Still Rock says, I'm still doing the focus groups. They have been slow too. So I'm going to pause real quick on that since Still Rock's mentioned the focus groups, because that is actually the next one that I'm going to mention. Focus groups. Those are good as well. Now, I've only done one focus group, but it is more so because of my time. Like I don't have the time to do the focus groups, but if you go to, there's different focus group websites and things like that. And I would just say, don't ask me to name a company because I can't tell you the company. It's been so long since I've done one. But I'm sure the way I found it was like just putting focus groups in Google and seeing what came up and just signing up with different companies. Now, the focus groups, they do have surveys for you to do that can take a few minutes of your time for you to fill out. But if you are a good match for the focus groups, they will reach out to you and contact you. And that was typically the case with me. So I would qualify for the focus groups or whatever. Like I met the criteria for them based off of the questions that I responded to. But oftentimes the focus group was like meeting in the middle of the day and that kind of thing. And I'm at work. Like I can't meet with y'all at 2:00 in the afternoon because I'm on my regular job or whatever. So then they were like, oh, we'll find someone else or whatever. But when you sign up for those focus groups or you're looking to do the surveys for the focus group, you do want to answer the questions as honestly as possible. Like if you do not, and look at the different surveys that they have available. Like if you don't use that certain product, if you know, like they might have some, like they have a lot of surveys about like watching TV and stuff like that and watching and certain foods and like soda and stuff like that. I'm not a big soda drinker. I don't really watch a whole lot of TV. So I already know I'm not going to qualify for these for these surveys. So if you know you're not going to qualify or you know you really don't use these products, then don't even take the survey, because you're probably not going to make it through the questionnaire in order for them to even select you or like reach out to you to see if you would be a possible candidate. And the other thing is, you also want to make sure you answer the questions as truthfully as possible. I mean, that kind of goes without saying, because when they do call you, they're asking you similar questions, or pretty much sometimes the same questions that they asked you in the initial survey, to make sure your answers still line up and you just weren't saying, random stuff just to qualify for the survey. So if you've done like 10 of them, you're like, oh shoot, I don't remember what I said about this particular product or that particular product, knowing that you don't use neither one of the products or whatever, you're probably not going to get picked. So they're trying to make sure it's called a focus group. They want to make sure that they are selecting people who will represent the group well and provide the company with good information regarding their typical consumer that utilizes the product. But you can make some good money with that. Also, I've seen surveys or focus groups for like $50 all the way up to like $400. When I did one, I want to say I got like $200 or a little bit more than 200. I know it was right around $200 that I got paid to do a focus group. And it was just for like 2 hours of my time that I was able to do it. So if you can line a few of those up in a month or something like that, you can make a good little bit of extra income that way. So it is a good way to make money. So I'm glad that it's still working out for you. Still rocks. And Devin says, I am a lady. I'm so sorry, Devin. If I'd said otherwise, I don't even know what I said, but I apologize. Cynthia, she says, I've been killing it on the senior living facilities. I don't do it if it's below $100. Yes, that is really good. I actually wouldn't mind doing those. It's the company. I've only seen it with one particular company, and that particular company I don't really like working with. But I might look into those, depending on how long they take. Depending on how long the tour takes and everything. Jay Watt says, I need help with mystery shopping for real. I'm cringing. They're asking for social security number. Yeah, they're going to ask for that because that's how they have to, it's more so for tax purposes. So if you make a certain amount, if you make over $600, they have to send you out the W-2, I think it is. I don't know, because the 1099, because you're an independent contractor. So they're going to send you a 1099 at the end of the year if you made over $600. But even so, they're trying to keep records of it, and so that they can pay you. Now, there are some where you don't necessarily have to put in your social security number until you actually get a shop, but it's not that many of those from what I recall. And one of the big platforms, like the Sassy platform, that a lot of the mystery shopping companies are associated with, it's going to ask for your social security number. Now, if you don't want to do that, Jay Watt, you can apply for a TIN number or EIN number. And that is free, that you can get with the IRS or whatever. And that is like a business social security number. It's pretty much your tax ID for a business or whatever. But even though you could put your own name as for that TIN. Now, with that being said, and let me put out a disclaimer. I'm not a tax professional. I'm not an accountant. I'm not any of those things. I'm just your little friend on YouTube, okay, where you're happening to watch this video. You can only get one of those in your personal name. So if you're trying to have another business, or if you do have another business, like at one point, one of the businesses that I had a TIN for the services that I was providing. So because of that, I can't get another it's TIN, EIN. I can't get another EIN in my personal name. I would actually have to form like a LLC in order to get another tax ID. But as an individual, you can get one EIN for yourself, and you can use that in lieu of your social security number. But as always, consult with your tax professional, because I am not it. Okay. um so look into that, but they are legit. They are legit. Also, I always say look for the little secure little lock symbol up there. And most of the ones on like the Sassy platform, most of the mystery shopping, most of the legit mystery shopping companies, they do have that secure symbol. I have stumbled across a couple of them where I didn't see the secure symbol and I didn't put my information in, and therefore I did not sign up with those companies. Whether or not they were legit or not, they very well could be, but at the same time, I want to make sure my information is protected. But yeah, and like I said, there are some where you don't have to put it in until you get a job, but in order for you to be able to accept the job, they will ask for that social security number at that time before they will assign the job to you. So and Ken says, some years ago, I did DoorDash, Instacart, and scoring tests. Awesome. Yes, those are also good ways to make some quick money. I have not done DoorDash or Instacart, but I hear y'all get paid relatively quickly. I wanted to look into doing like the scoring test, or at least administering the test and stuff like that. So at one point in time, I was like, oh, this might be something interesting that I want to do. But I actually never followed through with it. So, and Ken, that's good that you did something like that. And so Rax is saying, what's up to my uncle? How are we looking on time? All right, I'm gonna look at these comments. And then I have just 2 more that I have done, and then a few more that I'm going to talk about that you might want to do. Cynthia says, I do apartment shops. Yes, Cynthia. You and April. You and April of those apartment shops. I will only take 50 or above. Bank shops, gas stations. I did an in-person survey for 2.5 hours for $120. Cell phone audits, 5 at a time for $30 each. So as y'all can see, these are my mystery shopping people, my ride or die mystery shopping people. As you can see, you can make a good little bit of extra income from doing these mystery shops on a regular basis. And Cynthia says that is not her side hustle. This is her main hustle, doing the mystery shopping and everything. Dr. Mashika, what is up? Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. And then my uncle says, love you too. Yes, you are definitely being nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. I am not even going to provoke you to act otherwise. But it's still me. And what else talking about? You ain't that old. PYC. Thank you, Silrox. You know, I just had a birthday. So your girl been aged out of those ID shops. I mean, I was like, dang it. It's been a long time. Cynthia says, I found that on Presto Shop. The blue and purple color shops pay within 48 hours. Okay, awesome. Field agent pays within 24 hours. Ipsos pays within 24 to 48 hours. Ooh, Ipsos got, okay. Ipsos has gotten better. All right, y'all. I'm going to take a pause on the comments real quick, just because Cynthia did mention something, and I'm going to get to these other 2 that I have done. There are a lot of apps. So I want to say there's an app for Presto. I'm pulling up my phone just to look at some of the apps. There are apps where you can take photos of different things, like maybe, because I've done them before. Now, these don't pay a whole lot of money. They would pay I've seen them pay anywhere from like $7 to $20, depending on what you're like taking pictures of. And it didn't really take a long time to take the pictures, like maybe 10 or 15 minutes or so. Where you're taking pictures of different things. Like I've done one where, like, say a business got landscaping done, and then they want you to go out and take pictures of the grounds to make sure like the landscaping was actually done, and you upload it into the app, and that one you get paid the next day. So I did like that one because you just got paid, and it was something kind of easy breezy that you can do like as you're going about your day. So usually what I would do is, at the time when I was doing it, I would pull up the app in the morning, see what might be in my area on like my way to work or something like that. And I'll say, hey, I'm going to take this particular job, and I made, extra few bucks or whatever for that morning to cover lunch, whatever it is. And at the time too, I was like testing out stuff for you guys. So I'm trying to find the name of the app, but they have some of those. This is why I don't understand why people will ask to borrow like $20 or something like that. You're not gonna find me asking to borrow no $20. If I'm asking you to borrow some money, it's gonna be a few $100s, because it is just so many ways where you can make a few extra bucks in like a matter of minutes. With these, as long as you have like a phone, like as long as you have a smartphone, you can easily make some extra money. I can't find the app right now of what it was called. But yeah, Cynthia, Field Agent is one of them. I don't think I did anything with Field Agent though. I can't find the name of the other app. iViewIt. That's the name of the app where I would take pictures. And that's, I'm gonna put it in the chat. iViewIt. And literally with that one, I had downloaded, like literally, I probably downloaded the app like the day before, and then like the next day I saw jobs, and I was like, oh shoot, I'm about to do this and check it out and see what it's like. So it's so many ways. And they paid me, like I said, they paid me like within 24 hours. I got paid. I was like, this is too easy. But so the side hustles I mentioned so far, just as a quick recap, and then I just have two more, are notary, doing the mystery shopping, just selling your stuff online through apps like Mercari, and focus groups. That's what we've talked about so far. Now, another side hustle that I did, and then I'm also going to get to y'all's comments as well. So I'm not going to forget about that. Well, actually, let me go through them real quick because I see it's a bunch of them coming in, or that a bunch that I got behind on. So real quick, I'm going to go through these in the next few minutes. So Cynthia says, Prolific is college studies. They are not like the other survey sites. My time is worth more than what the others pay. Oh, I heard that. So I will definitely look into that. Let me start that. I'm going to look into it this weekend and see what information I can find out about that. So thank you, Cynthia. She says, I do focus groups too through Pinecone Research and Product Report Card. Now, I have not heard of those, so I'm also going to write those down as well. I hope y'all are taking notes too. Y'all know I'm big. I'm always trying to learn something new. So Product Report Card, I'm going to check all these out during the weekend and see what's up with these, or at least get signed up so I can see what kind of things they have to offer. And Jay Watt says it's hard to get in the focus groups. It can be. It depends on, a lot of it has to do with what you're using. So if you're not using those products or the things that they're asking about, then yeah, it is hard to get into them. Like I know for me, like if it's a focus group about a TV show or something like that, or even about like a smartphone, because y'all may or may not know, I'm not big on like the latest and greatest technology. I don't have no iPhone. I have like a regular Samsung, but it's not like, it's not the Samsung Galaxy. It's like I call it the economy line. It's the economy line of the Galaxy and stuff like that. So some of those surveys are asking about like the latest, people who want the latest tech, the Apple Watch. Like I have a Fitbit, but it's not the latest one. But if you're the type of person who does do that kind of stuff, there are like focus groups on that, focus groups on TV shows, if there's like a certain, like the one I did a focus group on, it was for like a candy. I'm not a big candy eater, but that was my favorite candy that I did do the focus group for. So, and some of the other ones, it was like just different products that I used. So, usually, most of the focus groups is going to be based off of products that you use. So, if you want to try to get into more focus groups, JWatt, I would say you probably, as a consumer, just want to make sure the products that you're using are more, how can I put this? Like consistent or whatever. So like you, like if there's a soda that you get, you want to make sure you're getting like that same brand of soda or whatever, instead of just randomly buying, like one day you buy a Coke, the next day you buy a Pepsi. It's like you want to consistently buy certain stuff, even when it comes to like cleaning products or bath products, like the soap you use, the toilet paper you use, that kind of thing. You just want to make sure you're kind of like consistent, because that's kind of like what the focus group questions are asking. They're like, okay, what kind of products are you using? Where do you shop? And same thing, you want to make sure you're consistently shopping at the same stores. And usually it's more so the big name brand stores, or even like some of the fast food restaurants. So I know, even like for me, I'm not going to qualify for some of those focus groups because I don't eat at a whole bunch of fast food restaurants. But some of them are looking at, hey, how often do you go to McDonald's? How often do you go to Burger King? How often do you go to Wendy's? So if you're not going to these places often, yeah, you're probably not going to qualify for the focus groups or qualify for that particular type of focus group. But whatever type of buying that you're doing, you want to make sure it's consistent in terms of like the store you go to, as well as the brand and the type of product that you're buying. Cynthia says thank you. No, Still Rocks is telling Cynthia thank you. Devin was saying that's okay. I think that was when she was letting us know she was a female. Cynthia says Prolific and Cloud Research Connect are easy to qualify for. Hold on, I done missed one. I didn't write down Cloud Research. Example, I have done surveys anywhere from $2 for 1 minute to $15 for 20 minutes. The more you do, the higher money they make available to you. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, and so these are, who said that they were having a hard time? Jay? Yeah. So these are like for the surveys these are the surveys. And then Cynthia also gave us information about focus groups. So two different types of things going on. And then Still Rock says, and this is his advice to JWatt, not telling y'all to lie. No, Still Rock's not telling y'all to lie, but you do have to read the survey descriptions and make sure to answer the questionnaires carefully to get chosen. I got a tax form last month. Oh, so that he's telling you that's how many he's done. And that goes I'm not going as far as Still Rocks, but yes, you do have to, like I was telling you, when you can kind of tell when you're filling out the questionnaire what direction they're going into. So you could fabricate some stuff to make sure you're qualified, because you can kind of tell where it's kind of leading to sometimes. And you can kind of, and now I tell the truth, so I know I'm about not to qualify for this thing because I see where this is going or whatever. But you can kind of see where the questions are leading to. And if you answer appropriately, you probably will get chosen. But like I mentioned, when they call you, they ask you some of those same questions that they asked you during the survey. So you want to make sure your answers line up with what you told them initially on the survey. And then Cynthia says, "Fam, Rita has a list of this shop company. I don't have it anymore. Only reason I need to create another list. So that list is no longer available just because of the platform that I had it on. When I first started, I used her list. Oh, I didn't know that, Cynthia. The companies are all legit. I never had a problem with getting paid. Yes. I am going to create another list for everyone. So I'll try and get that out. What I wanted to do, so I still have the original list that I could easily post, but usually I won't say usually. Some people were saying they couldn't find some of the stuff. So I was planning on updating the list with the actual links to the companies to make it super duper easy for y'all to do it. So that's the only thing I have not done. I've added to the list, but I haven't put the direct links on there for everyone. And then Cynthia says, I do apps too. Observe, yeah, Observe is another one. GigSpot, GigWalk, Field Agent, Mobi. I have not heard of Mobi. Be My Eye, and D Scout. So I'm a Cynthia. You got me considering whether or not I might want to do interviews again, because you dropping a ton of knowledge. And you know, when I would have my guest on for mystery shopping, they would be dropping a ton of knowledge just like you're doing. So Cynthia is the OG because she does this full time. And she also says most of the apps pay within 24 to 48 hours. And this was just me showing you the iView It. And Cynthia says, I downloaded iView It too, but I have not tried it yet. It was so easy. Like I said, I haven't done it in like a year, but it was so easy. And I was so surprised because I think it tells you that it takes 48 hours for you to get paid. But depending on when you take the pictures, like I want to say the first time I did it, I took the pictures like that morning or something like that. And by that, literally by that, I want to say by that afternoon, I had gotten paid. But there was a time where I had taken the pictures later that afternoon, and so then that one did take like the time that they originally told me. But I was really surprised. One of them I took early that morning, and I was like, "Oh, they already sent me my money." By the end of the day. And then Cynthia says, I'm going to have to watch the replay because I've always wanted to try Mercari. Yeah, Mercari is really good. If y'all remember my bestie who I got into mystery shopping, she also got onto Mercari. And she was, same thing with like how she got into mystery shopping and she was doing more shops than I was. She got on Mercari and she was selling more stuff than I was. And even though, right now, I would have to see if my Mercari profile, like I know I still got stuff on there, but I'm pretty sure my profile is not quote unquote active. She's still selling stuff on Mercari. So yeah, it's a good site. J Watt says Field Agent doesn't work out for me. I couldn't find the UPC number. I've done Field Agent, but it's been a while, so I can't really give you any advice on that. All right, so real quick, I'm going to go over these last two because I see we're almost out of time and I don't want to, I'm already kind of like I'm over time and I don't want to keep y'all too long because I'm still trying to go through the ones that I've done and I haven't even gotten to the ones that you might want to look into. All right. So the other one that I have done is where you do laundry for other people and stuff like that. There are a couple of apps. There's Hamper. There was another one. The one I did was called Sudshare, but they've changed their name and I can't remember what they've changed their name to since then. But with that one, I made a good bit of money and I had like regular people that I would provide the service for or whatever. Now I will say with this, it did take a while. This one it did take a while for me to start getting jobs that way. And they kind of told, or they, from being on the Facebook group or whatever associated with it, it kind of said that's usually what happens because it goes by your ranking for the state and stuff like that. So if you're new, you're going to rank low, and people who have a higher ranking, they get the jobs first. And then anyone who doesn't take any of those higher ranking people who don't take the jobs, then it gets pushed out to like the lower ranking people. So it took a while for me to get my first job because I was ranked so low. Like it probably took like a month before I got my first job. And then after that, I was ranked, I would say I was in the top 20 at one point for my state, based off of what I was doing and my ranking and stuff like that. And then my schedule just got way too busy. Like once again, this was stuff I was doing during COVID when things were, or when I wasn't as busy, just to make some extra income and stuff like that. And if you have like a washer and dryer at your home, this is something that you can do and easily do it. and it's a tax write-off. Like, so for that time period that I was doing it, I wrote off all our laundry. You can write off the laundry, the laundry stuff or whatever. So if you don't mind doing that, that is a service you can provide. And like I said, once I got established, I had certain people that I pretty much did on a regular basis. And at the same time, there were certain people is like, I ain't doing it for them or whatever. So, and with that one, I forget, I want to say you either got paid at the end of the week or every 2 weeks. I want to say it was a week. I don't know. It's been so long since I've done it, but you would get paid. I want to say it was weekly, and then they could also tip you and stuff like that as well. So you got paid. Don't quote me. It was like per pound of laundry that you did, in addition to if the person left you a tip, you could also get tips and stuff like that. And so that was an easy way to make money. And yeah, like I said, I did it for like a year, and yeah, I definitely got a 1099 from that one, because that business was busy. And you could be as busy as much or as little as you want to, because it's kind of like as the jobs came in, you decided if you wanted to accept it or decline it or whatever. And sometimes like now they have it like where your regulars could request you and stuff like that, where you could, I think they had it where they could request you. So that's what I did. And then the other kind of side hustle that you can do. Now this is not one that made me the least amount of money aside from YouTube. Is my Etsy shop. So if you're pretty creative and you like to make stuff or whatever, then you can put it on Etsy. Now, I know a couple of people who do really well on Etsy. I have not figured out what I need to do on Etsy to make it more lucrative. I know there's ways for you to market and advertise. I have not really looked into that kind of stuff, but I generated a little bit of money on Etsy. But all of these other side hustles I mentioned, they definitely far surpass what I made on Etsy. Okay. So I started off on Etsy with little downloadable printables and stuff like that, where pretty much, and it's, like I said, it's easy to get started. So I would create a template. I only had to create it one time. You upload it, people download it, and they use it. So I did like savings trackers. That was big. That was when I was big on my savings challenges, saving money, trying to get out of debt. Not saying I'm not still big on that. So I had created a whole bunch of savings trackers and debt payoff stuff for myself. And then I just put it on Etsy. And then my t-shirt designs, sweatshirt designs, or hoodies, I should say. And then I also use those same designs and put it on mugs. At one point, I was going to put it on all kinds of stuff. But yeah, if you can design stuff, then you can do that. And the way, like I said, for the printables, I just had to do it one time, upload the document there. People would download the document and pay the money and do that. In terms of like the t-shirts, I'm not making the t-shirts. I just made the design. And then there is a third-party company that is connected with Etsy, or you can get connected with Etsy if you're not making the t-shirts yourself. I think I'm using Printify. I have to look and see. But it's just automatically set up. So whenever I get a sale for Etsy, I get a notification, but it pretty much goes directly to Printify, and they are the ones that actually make the shirt and then ship it out to the customer. So it's pretty much hands off for me. So I like Etsy because once I've created the template, whether it's the downloadable template or once I've created my design for my t-shirt or my sweatshirt, I really don't have to do anything else again. Is really hands off. So for those people where they can get where they're making a whole lot of sales, it's essentially, I won't say it's passive, but it's like you create it one time and then you're just making the sales off of it. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do. The third party company fulfills it and ships it out to them, and I'm all hands off. So it's called Print on Demand for like the shirts, the mugs, the hoodies, that kind of thing. print on demand. And that way I don't have to keep any inventory in. I don't have to worry about putting up a whole bunch of money up front for my t-shirts and things like that. And just as people buy, the company ships it, makes it, and ships it out to people. All right, so those were all the ones that I've done. I'm gonna look at the comments real quick, and then I'm gonna talk about some ones that I have tried, have not made any money with it, or I have looked into, I should say. Some of them I have not tried, I've looked into, and I thought they were good ideas that you might also want to look into. Real quick, I'm going to go through these comments though. Cynthia says, with the focus groups, make sure that you take your time with your profile. Tell them everything. This is how they match you up with the offers. Yes, that is so true as well. For the focus groups. And I would say even for the mystery shopping companies too, you want to try and provide as much detail as possible too. Because like some of the they ask you about like your income, your race, and that kind of thing, because they do have shops like for female shoppers, male shoppers, and that kind of thing. But yeah, definitely with the focus groups, you do want to provide them with as much information as possible. Jay Watt says, I'm currently doing a study with Highlight. You test products and answer questions after you finish the study. They don't pay much, only have to use the products 3 times a week. But do you get the products for free? Shoot, let me write this down. Highlight. Free products. If it's free, it's for me. I like free stuff. And then Cynthia says, we can't be broke out here in these streets. Also, I scan receipts on Fetch. Yes, that is something. I don't do that a whole lot. My husband, though, he does that mainly. So any receipts we have, he scans a whole bunch of those. Receipt Pal and Receipt Hog. All receipts, even if I have to beg, borrow, and steal receipts, I get them in. I hear you, Cynthia. And I can appreciate that. My husband, he has someone who like brings him all their receipts and he just scans them in. So much so where it's like too many receipts and then he can't scan in anymore. So however you get it in. And this is what I mean, y'all, when I say there are so many ways to make money. Like it is just ridiculous. It's so many ways to make some extra income. Cynthia says, still rocks, this is what someone told me. Be the best consumer possible. Also keep notes on what you said. Yes. Jay Watt was asked, are those apps for Cynthia? And do you start out not making much? Some sites you only make a few cents. And I'll see if Cynthia answered that question. Yeah, Cynthia is definitely dropping gems tonight. That's what I said. She need to come and do an interview if she would like to. She says, Rita, I work. I have 14 grandchildren and 2 great grandchildren. I love to spoil them, so I need the extra money. I hear that. We all need the extra money. Like seriously, life is life, and we just trying to be out here living. Oh, yeah. So Cynthia answered Jay Watt's question. They are apps. I don't go out of my way to do them. I pick them up while I'm out and about, while mystery shopping or while I'm grocery shopping. They are my icing on the cake. Yes. So, and that is literally, I know for me personally, I don't want anything that's going to be extra for me. Like I don't want it to take any extra time or have me go out of my way or anything like that. So when I was doing like those Photoshops and things like that, it was usually stuff like on my way to work or as I'm coming home from work. And it was literally stuff that was like on my path, like, the route that I usually would travel. Like I'm not like trying to go 10 minutes out of the way, 15 minutes out of the way to do something. If it's on my natural route home or to work or something like that, I'm looking and seeing, oh, okay, I was planning on stopping here anyway, or whatever. Let me go ahead and do this particular thing. So literally all the ones I have done were like within a mile or 2 of my home, because it's just part of my regular routine. And I know it's been a while since I've done like any mystery shopping videos for y'all, but that is kind of like when I was doing more notary work, the mystery shopping stuff, those photo apps and stuff, those were like things that I would do or find a way to do as I was doing like my notary assignments or as I was coming home or something like that. But I just kind of included it as part of my regular routine. And JY is asking Cynthia, since I'm starting out, what path would you recommend me try to do first to make money fast? I say mystery shopping. And depending on, now just keep in mind, like she was saying, some of those apps they'll pay in a relatively short period of time, but some of those other mystery shopping companies, it's going to take 30 days. Oh, see, Cynthia saying the same thing I'm saying. Jay, I would do mystery shopping first and sprinkle in field agent, gig walk, and gig spot shops. I set up a route, but be mindful of your time. You have to make time to complete the reports. Yeah, you don't want to overdo it because you still got to get home and do the mystery shopping reports. All right, see you later. Good, still Roxy saying good night. Enjoyed y'all as always. And Cynthia's telling. All right, so. And Jay Watt was saying thanks. And then, yes, the products are free. All right. So, y'all, we're going to wrap it up because we already over an hour, y'all. So, I'm going to try and knock these out in the next 5 minutes. Okay. So, some other things that I have looked into, have not done, is that you might want to do as well. So, you might want to look into Turo if you have an extra car. That is pretty much where you're renting out your car on a platform for people to take or use or whatever, especially if you are in a very highly populated city or near like an airport or something like that. You may want to consider doing that if you have a spare vehicle and seeing how you can make money that way. Now, I haven't looked into Turo in over a year, maybe even 2, but I was surprised at some of the cars that I saw that were posted online in my area that people were renting out and for the price. Now, like I said, I need to do my research and see how things are looking now. But if I had an extra vehicle, and at one point, the vehicle that I now use, I was actually thinking about putting it on Turo, but because we would have had an extra vehicle, but now that my daughter is driving, we don't really have an extra vehicle. But yeah, if you have an extra vehicle that you could possibly use for that, or if you know that you don't use your car during the weekend because you're in the house or something like that, you might want to see about putting it on Turo. The other thing I looked into that I have actually have the app for is a company called Wrapify. And basically with that one, they will wrap your vehicle in a particular company's advertisement or logo or something like that. And there's different ones. You don't have to have like a full car wrap. You can say I only want like my back windshield wrapped or just, half of my vehicle wrapped or something like that. But they do have that. Now, I didn't have it. I never got chosen for any of the assignments. It always says there's no assignments in my area. They do have a little tracker on your phone. Like I said, I haven't used it in like a year, so I doubt the tracker is tracking me now. So just be mindful of that. But the tracker is like the GPS because it's looking at the places that you travel to see if you're traveling to like highly populated places where they would want their ad displayed. So I don't think I was chosen because we are in a rural area. Well, the area where I travel is kind of rural. And y'all know most days, once I was taking my daughter to school, then I would go to work and then my car would just sit. So I was not like on the go or driving a whole lot. But if you're doing like Uber or DoorDash or Instacart, where you are constantly driving in your car, you probably could qualify for some of these things like Wrapify and get your car wrapped and see if, and make some money. And it could be anywhere from like $200 to $500 to even thousands of dollars, depending on how long the company wanted you to keep the wrap on your car. And I know my brother had even said that a company had reached out to him to have his car wrapped or whatever with a particular product and stuff like that. So these are legitimate ways to make money, and you don't have to pay for the wrap. Usually the company is going to pay for you to wrap your car. You just have to say that you're going to keep the wrap on your car for a certain period of time. And then they tell you, hey, because you did it for this period of time, we're going to pay you X amount of money. All of these, like I said, if you have a smartphone, these are just apps that you can download on your phone and make some money. Now, another thing, the last and final thing that I'm going to share is I know a lot of people already know about like Uber, DoorDash, Instacart. Like Ann said, she did some of those things. Those are some of the things that you know about. I want to make sure I'm mentioning stuff that people may not always know about or may not always consider or that are not always talked about. But also, if you like dogs, like this is not something I would probably do because I like dogs, but I'm not trying to do this particular one, but you could be like a dog walker, and there are apps for that. I can't remember the apps, but they have different apps where you can walk dogs and get paid money for that. So and I think a lot of this does depend on your area as well. So depending on what part of the country you live in, how populated your city is, that is something that you might want to look into, especially if you like dog walking. I'm like I said, it's a way to make money in everything. So they have apps where it's like an Uber for dogs or whatever, where you're just walking the dogs in the neighborhood or whatever. So look into that. So those are some side hustles for you to make some extra money this spring and summer. Y'all, I'm sorry I went over. I'm gonna do Cynthia's comment real quick. Oh, yeah, Cynthia's couple of comments, and then I am going to hop off so y'all can enjoy the rest of your evening. Cynthia says, oh, sure, anytime, JWatt. We are here to help each other. Thanks, Sarita, for providing this. You are welcome. Yes, JWatt. I don't know if you have been on before. I know Devin, it was her first time. But yeah, usually my gold digger people, they are very, very helpful to everyone. Thank you, Cynthia. She says, I've heard of Rover for walking dogs. Yeah, Rover, and there's something else. I'm going to say something like WAG, but y'all don't quote me on that. But I'm sure if you put in dog walking apps, like in Google, something is going to pop up. And if that is something that you're interested in, if you have dogs yourself that you're already walking, you might want to just be able to bring another dog along and make some extra money walking someone else's dog as well, especially if you're already doing it for your own. But just like I said at the very beginning, sometimes the best way for you to make extra money or extra income is seeing or assessing the skills that you already have, whether it's on your job or just like a hobby or something that you enjoy doing, and figuring out how can I monetize this and make some extra money. You will be surprised what people pay you for. Just like I'm surprised about all these different things, these different side hustles that you can do. And we haven't even touched upon some of the stuff that you can do with AI. Like it is mind blowing, the things that you can do. But that is all I have for now. Thank y'all so much for joining. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your week and have a good evening. Take care, everyone.